Hey guys, I'm Chef D-Max. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today, a simple recipe for one of the nicest dressings, Green Goddess. You guys know it, and you're gonna learn it right here and right now. Click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell, and I'll send you new stuff I have coming up. So we'll see you back in 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back here with Green Goddess. Now, you guys know Green Goddess, everybody's heard of it. Most of you buy it in the jar at the store, but don't do that. That's what we're here for. We're here to learn how to make these things at home. And these things will last around the house. Now, I use my simple blender here at home to make a lot of these dressings because it kind of makes the right size that I want. And I'm gonna show you how quick and simple this is. Now, Green Goddess, what is it? Normally it's basically a mix of mayonnaise, sour cream, or yogurt, or creme fraiche, any kind of that sour cream feel. So obviously yogurt's a kind of a sour tasting cream, right? And so is creme fraiche. So you can use any of those three, but I think that most of you are gonna probably find sour cream or yogurt around the most. And it's usually just mayonnaise, that, and, the sour cream, and herbs, fresh herbs. So everybody has their take on a Green Goddess. Some people even put avocado in it. I don't particularly do that. So the mayonnaise piece, now you can click up here and see some different mayonnaise that I've made in the past, different flavored ones, but it's basically simple. We're gonna start with egg, okay? So I'm gonna crack a fresh egg in here. Now, the egg is gonna need to cook, it's gonna need to cook a little bit, and it's gonna do that with, some vinegar. Now, I have some tarragon vinegar. Tarragon is one of my favorite flavors in Green Goddess. It's really that summer herb that sticks out. Some of you just hate it. So if you hate it, obviously don't put it in there. But if you guys like, if you like béarnaise sauce, that's that flavor that you get from this. So I'm putting a nice, good, that's about 4 teaspoons. So it's a little bit over a tablespoon of that vinegar. Now, why do I have this vinegar? This is simply champagne vinegar with fresh tarragon from my garden. Now, when I have a lot of tarragon in the garden, it's about to go bad, I chop it all up, I stick it in a mason jar, and I cover it with champagne vinegar and a pinch of salt. And then I'll have champagne vinegar with tarragon in it for the whole winter. And that's why it's really good to do that, to kind of preserve your herbs like that. Now, I have some herbs here. Now, I keep them wrapped like this in a wet paper towel in the fridge. And what that does, it keeps them really fresh. So with this, I've got fresh tarragon too. So I'm gonna put fresh tarragon in there. I wanna pick the leaves off because the leaves are kind of very woody and can be very tough. So we don't want any heavy leaves in here. And I'm gonna put probably like 4 or 5 nice strands of this, you see these leaves, how they just pop off, and it leaves this kind of heavy stem here. So I'm just throwing that away, and I'm just gonna pull the leaves off like this. I've seen all kinds of cool little gadgets. You ever see the one with a hole in it, and you pull the stem through it, and all the herbs come off? Yeah, you could try that. I prefer kind of picking herbs, having the flavors on my fingers for the day, really smell like you're a chef, right? But I love this flavor of fresh tarragon. So I'm picking probably what's the equivalent of probably a full tablespoon of chopped tarragon. You're not gonna need to chop it though. Again, how much tarragon do you put? How much you like. If you like it a little bit, but you're not thrilled about it, then just put a little. Okay, if you like it a lot, put a lot. Okay, I'm gonna make, first of all, this mayonnaise piece of this. So the mayonnaise piece, you put, usually it's vinegar, egg, salt, right? Mustard, which I have here. I'm gonna put a nice tablespoon of Dijon mustard in there, right? Just any old mustard. I prefer not to use like yellow hot dog mustard, for like kind of ballpark mustard, because it's got a particular turmeric flavor to it from those. But I prefer like a wine-based mustard, like Grey Poupon or any of those other flavors out there that give you kind of a French style mustard. And then what makes this is oil. So here I have a very clean oil, grapeseed oil, right? And I'm gonna put in grapeseed oil, probably about a quarter cup here of grapeseed oil with my egg and vinegar. And what that's gonna do, when I blend it, you're gonna see my tarragon there, is it's gonna make an instant mayonnaise. Now look at that, right here. Wow, right? I have basically a beautiful mayonnaise that I made from egg, vinegar. You don't need to use the tarragon at all, but the egg, the vinegar, the mustard. Those are the things. The egg and the mustard are going to be your binders with the oil. The vinegar is going to give you acidity, okay? And the salt is going to give you that beautiful flavor, bring out the flavor of everything. So if you're not going to do this, then you could put mustard in here now, okay? Mustard, mayonnaise. You can put mayonnaise in here now. But we just made our mayonnaise, so we're good. Now, with that mayonnaise that we made, I'm going to take about a teaspoon of, maybe a little bit more, maybe a teaspoon and a half of a nice yogurt, okay? So get like a whole fat yogurt, nothing that's too lean. I like to do that. And I'm going to add a little bit more acidity too. So I'm going to add a half of a lime. Why am I using lime? Because it's summertime and limes are in season right now. Would I use a lemon in the winter? Yes, I would. Okay, and I would probably put some other herbs in there. In the winter, I might put, depending what herbs I have, I might put watercress, something like that, something very herbal. And I might put, I definitely would put parsley. I've got some parsley here. I put chives, those kind of things. Tarragon actually does really nice in the winter too. So does dill. But it all changes. And so you'd use lemon in the winter and lime in the summer. So I put a half a lime. I'm going to stick this thing full with spinach. Now, spinach is going to get a little watery, which is great. And I'm going to add extra virgin olive oil too. Now we've made enough oil in there to make our mayonnaise. Now, why don't you use extra virgin olive oil for your mayonnaise? You don't do that because extra virgin olive oil, it can get very peppery. So it can be overwhelming and too strong if you just use it for the dressing because you're using so much. You're using a quarter cup. Now, here's the biggest mistake people make. Garlic. People would think, wow, this needs at least 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. It does not. It needs, here's 1 clove here. I'm going to cut it in half. Okay? And I'm going to pull out this little germ in the center here. I don't know if you can see that. It's like this, that little germ tends to be a little bit more bitter. And I'm going to put half in. Okay? And that's more than enough. Biggest mistake people make. You know, people go hog wild on that, and you don't want to do that. Okay, now, this is an alternate. I like putting anchovies. I'm going to put 3 anchovies for saltiness. Got this seafood umami. But if you're not an anchovy fan, feel free to leave those out. Okay, just a canned salted anchovy is fine. Okay, now, and also capers. That's another alternative. I love capers. Some of you just love capers. So for those of you who love capers, why not put in a couple teaspoons of whole capers, right? Oh, I just love the juice from the capers. So nice. Salty, vinegary, that's my jam. And then I've got some parsley here. Now the parsley, same thing. I've cleaned these already. Now I'm gonna pinch them right here towards the stem, and I'm gonna have all these leaves in there like this of parsley. Okay, and then I've got some more here towards the bottom. Now I already trimmed the big stem off of these, so it only has like these little stems, and it's going to get ground up pretty good, so we don't have to really worry too much. And then I roll this back up like this, and I have it to go put away in the fridge, okay? So just wet your herbs really good, clean them off really good of any dirt they might have from the store, roll them in paper towels, and that's going to be the best for them. Okay, now what else do we have? We put a little bit of oil. I'm going to put some pepper because nice ground black pepper in there goes great with green goddess. Now you're going to add more in your salad so you don't have to go hog wild on it. Okay, and that's it. Now we're going to flip this thing upside down, and we're going to have to kind of pop it a couple times like this. Okay, and I want to get all of the flavors throughout in here, and I want this to blend up. Okay, that's it. It's blended. Now is the time to taste. So we open it up, right? We've got this beautiful green goddess in here, and at this point, I want to taste it. What does it need? Wow, it's got good acidity. It's got, remember, this is salad dressing, so you're putting this on greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, radishes, or you can just put on iceberg lettuce. So you want this to be acidic, because that's what's gonna, I'm gonna add a little bit more oil, because it's really strong acidity. And I want it to be strong acidity, but not overly strong, okay? So that's why I'm adding more oil. It's got plenty of salt. With the anchovy in there, didn't need more salt. I'm gonna put a touch more of my yogurt. I'm gonna put another teaspoon of yogurt. This yogurt's nice and creamy, not ultra like acidic. The mustard's fine, the capers were fine, the vinegar's fine. It's very strong like that. So I think we're good to go. I think the only thing I might do is put just a little bit more parsley. I'm gonna get rid of the big leaves. Or, you just don't want any big stems. And then I'm gonna put those in there like that. And I'm gonna put the rest of this. Now, what's gonna happen is, why is this not like a mayonnaise as much anymore? It's a little looser than a mayonnaise, is because there's a lot of water in spinach. And so the water in the spinach is gonna loosen up your dressing a little, which is fine. This dressing should be like a pourable dressing, not like a thick, chunky, or thick like mayonnaise. Now I'm gonna shake it again. All right, and here we are. Let's open it and try it now. Now I've got all the balance that I wanted. That's perfect. It's got that beautiful extra virgin flavor of the oil. I can taste the lightness of the anchovies. The garlic is mild. It's not overwhelming. Now, I'll put this in a mason jar. You're gonna have this in your fridge for a whole week. Look at that. Makes just one perfect mason jar full of beautiful green goddess. And I hope you like it. Wrap it up and save that for when your friends come over. Keep it in the fridge, and you can use this on a bunch of things. So you can look around on my page and check out all the different recipes that are on there. There's a lot of things that you could put green goddess on. You could just use green goddess on grilled fish or grilled meats, grilled chicken. It's amazing, not only just salads. So it's a great sauce, great condiment to have in your fridge, and I hope you like it, and I'll see you back soon. I'm Chef D Max.